Good morning everyone and welcome to this new video. A few days ago, speaking with a client of mine, an entrepreneur and a founder of startup, she mentioned being worried about how to handle her first meetings with potential investors. She then asked me to prepare a video with a series of recommendations that can be useful to those who are sitting at a table with angel investors for the first time. Obviously, having the opportunity to meet investors is always excellent news for a startup and the founders, but after all, going to a meeting on the outcome of which the company's fate will probably depend is certainly a moment of tension. Thus, the goal of today's video is therefore precisely to help you deal with this interview. I will walk you through the basic steps to better prepare, avoid the mistakes, maximizing your chances of making a strong impression. If you are new to the channel, subscribe so you don't miss our content on business, startup and finance. That's the video content. Here is what you will see in today's video. Prepare to face selecting the right investors, the interview preparation, the pitch, the business plan, key concepts, and the most frequently asked questions and how to answer them correctly. The preparatory phase. The stage of development of your product helps you understand what round you are and in what types of investor you can target. I remind you that a video was released on TRL and I leave you the link here on the top right. If you are in a TRL of less than 3, you have not yet validated the market and the prototype stage is still very embryonic, with very rare exceptions. The only investor who can give you money are friends and family in addition to the money you have available. As you grow in TRL, you can start looking for investors for the pre-seed round and then for all the other rounds. But be careful, not all investors finance all types of startups. The first thing to do, therefore, is to carefully look for the investors who are right for you. This is to avoid wasting time sending proposals to angels who have never invested and do not intend to invest in your industry. Once you choose your investors, make sure you have the characteristics that will allow you to maximize your chances of success. Briefly, your startup must be scalable, otherwise it's not a startup but a newly established company. They aren't the same thing. The group of founders must be heterogeneous, prepared and motivated. You must respond to a clear market need and you need to have competitive advantage over the competition. Are those points enough to find an investor? The answer is unfortunately no, but they are essential to start the research activity. Interview preparation. Well, you have a list of investors, you have the characteristics to be able to interest them, and you already have the first interviews scheduled. What to do now? Preparation and the scale really matters. If you get to the first interview with investor with these documents, the pitch deck and a business plan. The pitch deck, a good pitch is short, 10 to 20 slides, clear and impactful. Answer those key questions. Who are you? Talk about the founders, the team and so on. What is the problem you solve? Why is your product or service unique? What result have you achieved so far? Pay close attention to the graphic aspect. You could participate in pitch contest where together with your project another 100 are presented. An anonymous pitch doesn't catch the eye even if the content is interesting. If you are not good in this, get a good content creator to review you. Two important things about the pitch. First, if you meet investor for a round starting from seed, you will also have to add the valuation of your company, carried out according to scientific methods and forget the empirical ones. Evaluating a startup with a method of multiples is a stupid thing that can no longer be seen. Second aspect to underline is about the results you have achieved so far. Investors want to see how you have validated your product and if you already have a track record of sales. And then the business plan. The business plan is heart of preparing for an investor interview. Let's see how it should be structured and what cannot be missing. First of all, the executive summary, a brief overview of the project. It must be clear and convincing. It is often the first and sometimes the only part read by investors. The team introduce key members and their expertise. And then again, the product or service. What questions do you answer and how it is patentable? How it differs from competitors, and then a focus on the business model and explain how revenue will be generated and how you plan to scale over time. Are there barriers to entry that can protect against competitors? Market analysis. Present data on the target market, size, trends, opportunities. Show that you know the industry and competitors. Point number 6, revenue forecast. Perform a TAM, SAM and SOM analysis to demonstrate how sales forecasts were achieved. Make a forecast analysis of sales in the next 3 up to 5 years, perhaps including 3 possible scenarios: optimistic, pessimistic, realistic, and then working on the ladder. Break-even point. Calculate when the firm will start generating profits. And again, marketing strategy. Write down the marketing mix, product, price, place and promotion. Explain how customers will be acquired, channels, campaign and budget. Don't know, for example, 30% of our marketing budget will be invested in social campaigns aimed at young professionals. Describe the target, both geographical, in which markets you are going to sell, and the one referring to your customer, who they are, what their economic conditions are, their habits and their purchasing preferences. Analyze your main competitors. Describe the competitive advantage in detail. And then risk management. What are the main risks that the startup will face? There are many tools that allow you to analyze and highlight them. I recommend the risk metric, which for even event highlight the probability of it happening and the impacts on the company. And then a SWOT analysis and maybe also a Porter analysis. And evaluation. At this point, if you are not in a round proceed, you need to enter the valuation of the company calculated according to a methodological criterion accepted at practice of corporate finance. I recommend the discounted cash flow method, appropriately modified for startups. There is a large literature on this point. If you want to dive deeper, I recommend the books of Professor Damorada of New York Stern University. The evaluation allows you to calculate the pre-money, consequently also the post-money and the percentage share you will be left to investors. Also enter the exit data, when it is assumed to be realized, and the multiplier aspect. And again, use of funds. Now it is necessary to tell the investor what use will be made of his funds, whether they will be used for marketing, product development, sales, networking and so on. Last but not least, the financial statements. Based on what was said earlier about sales forecast and the use of investor funds, an income statement, balance sheet and cash flow statement should be prepared for 3 up to 5 years. Now I want to underline some key concepts. There are a few points to which I would like to draw your attention because, in my opinion, they are important. First, financial projections and transparency. The client, who I was talking about at the beginning of the video, asked me, in the first year of activity, the startup, a loss is expected that will obviously affect the company's net asset. Should I tell investor this or not? The answer in this and other similar cases is yes. You must always be transparent because investors will look at the forecast balance sheets and notice the loss. Indeed, if they are prepared investors, they will expect a loss in the first years of the operation because this is normal for a startup. So, the advice is to never sweep the dust under the rug, but to be clear from the beginning. Clarify from everyone. If startups must be clear, so must investors. If you meet investors for an investment round, whatever it is, in which you ask for funds, the investors must provide a financial commitment. Too often, investors, especially in pre-seed and seed rounds, try to get by offering fluff in the form of mentoring services, tutoring, networking. be careful. The services are also important and have their own value, but only if they fit together by an investment in terms of participation in a paid capital increase. If not, my advice is to refuse the services because they will only waste your time, and the investor who has not put money into this round will not put in this next round either. And then go to interviews prepared but relaxed. Prepare the interviews well, try to anticipate the main questions they will ask you, but also try to get into the perspective that you will do many interviews and the percentage of those who will do well will be quite low. Remember the case of Airbnb founders Brian Chesky and Joe Gebbia faced numerous rejections from investors in the early stage, 1,000 rejections if I remember correctly. Despite this, they managed to develop the platform, which is now a leader in the short-term rental industry global. As the last point of this video, I want to give you a list of the main questions that investors ask startups, and for each of these, I give you a correct and a wrong answer. First, what is the problem that your product service solves? The correct answer could be: our product solves the problem of the inefficient management of energy resources in the small and medium enterprises by offering software that reduces consumption by 20%. Why is it a good answer? Because it specifies the problem and shows how your product solves it with clear data. And the wrong answer? Our product is unique and great, so it will definitely be successful. I let my cousin try it and he was thrilled. The reason it doesn't offer concrete details and or explain the real value. Second one, how big is the market you are targeting? A correct answer could be: the total market is estimated at 2 billion with an accessible segment SAM of 300 million. We aim to capture a 5% share in the first year. Uses realistic estimates and breaks down the market in TAM, SAM and so on. And the wrong answer? The market is huge, so there will be no problem finding customers. Avoiding generic statements without analysis. Number 3. How will you use the funds raised? Correct answer. The funds will be used 40% in technology development, 30% in marketing and 30% in expand the team. The reason specifies a clear and justified allocation funds. And the wrong answer? We are going to use them to grow the business. It's too generic and doesn't show a clear strategy. Number 4. What is your competitive advantage? A correct answer is: we offer a patented algorithm that reduces analysis time by 50% compared to the competition. Ratio for this correct answer is that highlights a concrete, demonstrable difference. And the wrong answer: we are better than the competition. It doesn't provide evidence or details. Number 5. What are the main risks of your project? A correct answer could be: the main risks are related to the speed of the market adoption. To reduce them, we have planned a go-to-market strategy with partners already active in the sector. Motivation shows awareness of the risk and solution to mitigate the risk. And the wrong answer: there are no significant risks. No project is without risk. This answer may be seen naive or opaque. Who are your competitors and why are you better than them? Current answer could be: main competitors are, A, B, and C. Compared to them, our product offers a most cost-effective and easy scalable solution. This answer shows that you know the market and your competitors. And the wrong answer? We have no competitors. Not knowing the competitors is seen as a sign of lack of preparation. In most cases, it is not true that there is no competition, but it is true that a competitor analysis hasn't been done. What is your business model? Correct answer could be: we use a SaaS model with annual subscription. This gives us recurring revenue and scalability. Clearly explain how you monetize and what your financial advantage is. And the wrong answer: we haven't decided on the business model yet. Investors are looking for clarity and a defined strategy. Number 8. Who is your team and why are they a good fit to lead this project? Correct answer. Our CEO has 10 years of experience in the industry, while the CTO has already led the development of similar technologies successfully. His answer emphasizes the team's skills and experience. A wrong answer could be, we are young, motivated, so we'll find a way. Lack of experience or specific skills can turn investors away very quickly. Another, the 9. What is your exit strategy? We are aiming for a strategic sale to one of the leading companies in the industry within 5 years or go public. Provide a clear perspective on the return on investment. And the wrong answer, we haven't thought about it yet. Investors want to know how and when they will recover their capital. And the last, number 10, why should we invest in you? The correct answer could be our team, combined with the innovative solution to competitive advantage and expanding market, makes us a unique opportunity to generate value, combines expertise, innovation and growth potential. And the wrong answer is because we need money. Investors are looking for opportunities, not to request for help. As a conclusion, I would say that with this is all, or at least it's all that comes to my mind, but I'm absolutely sure that there will still be many other questions you want to ask us, so I invite you to do so by writing them in the comment below. Before closing this video, we are almost at the mid of December, so thank you for your support this year. I wish you a joyful and peaceful Christmas and a new year full of success and happiness. So, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!